You
Okay.
got some action there in the background.
It's just a couple of beds.
Oh.
I don't know if I'd call that action, but
I feel like I'm with an old friend.
you've been watching for a while.
Yeah, for probably about 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
but it resonated. You pulled me out of the mucka a lot of times. So your little videos are really helpful to people. Yeah, yeah, we share them, and we need what you're doing. So thank.
What
Yes.
brings you here? What brings you here, my friend?
Oh well, when I listen to you, I get that shift out of being identified, into this. I use the Gurdjieff phrase, imaginary eye.
Yep.
It's and I've studied a lot of anatomy and worked on cadavers, and so I feel the skeletal nature of this dream in space time,
Yep.
and combine that with an imaginary eye that's going on. That's called a mica, and the
Yeah.
eyelids blinking, air going in through a skull, but it's all a dream of mind.
Yeah.
And but I get identified in all that, and that's where sometimes I'll watch a little video of you, or I listen to a little Course of Miracles or something,
Right. Right. Right.
and but the but before I was going to contact you today, the state was really good, and I go, oh no, Terrence and I won't have anything to talk about because it's just there, But
That's cool.
now I can look at it, because right now there's a feeling of being somebody
Yeah.
talking at a computer, and there's an image of a you
Mm.
there, and so where is that self right now? And
Mm.
so what I tend to do, and I'm doing it right now, is acknowledge the phenomena of what seems like in the dream a body in space-time, acknowledge that,
Mm.
and then with kind of a dual awareness, embrace the body, don't fight it. It's just the illusion of being somebody, the imaginary eye.
Mm.
And then with this soft awareness, dual awareness, feel the self
Mm.
kind of existing kind of in the background right now. I mean, it's all I can do is just acknowledge it's here real gently.
Mm. Mm.
And so I wasn't sure, us talking, where we would go, in this dynamic field,
Yeah.
because you'll be speaking from that place.
Yeah. So where I would go, where I
Yeah,
would go is right here.
yeah, yeah.
Where I would go. See. Hmm. If I was to describe it like this, okay, there's 3 positions.
Okay.
Now all of this is just pointers, okay? So
Yeah, yeah.
don't grasp onto this concept too tightly, okay? There's 3 positions. There's mind, there's consciousness, and there's non-dual. Now, the consciousness is just here,
Mm-hmm.
and mind you're aware of, and body you're aware of. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
When you come to know you're not mind and you're not body, the only place you can then reside is here. Not that you're not here, but the
Mm-hmm.
attention shifts, or the awareness shifts away from the
Mm-hmm.
mind and away from the body to simply just here.
Do
Now,
you feel it like as a totality? Like as you were just saying it, then I started to feel the totality of the whole environment,
yep,
and then this, including this.
yeah, good. But yeah, good. There's 3 positions. I've described 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, not that I can describe the third, but I can point to it. So anything that's being said,
Anything that.
anything that is being said
Oh, okay.
about here now, It's a totality. It's expansive. It's whatever the case may be. Yeah? Anything that's being said about it is not it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, as human beings, we live in this position of being conscious of our whole life, and we assume that this that is conscious is the character. Okay. Then we discover, after observation, just simply by observing mind, that we discover that the character gets created in mind. This idea of a personal self gets created in the mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you start to detach from that. Yeah. And that creation of the personal self that's happening in mind is simply just happening. You get no control over it, can't do anything about it. That's just what's happening. Yeah. But
Yeah, it's going on right now.
Yeah. And then there's a recognition, I am not that. Anything that I can be conscious of can't be me. All right. Then it's the same as the body. If you can be conscious of the body, you can't be the body. If you can be conscious of a feeling in the body, you can't be the feeling. If you can be conscious of an ache or a pain in the body, you can't be that. You're prior to that, prior to all of that.
Terrence, could you pause just a second? I want to experience what you just said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I guess I'm under, some illusion is really going on, because I'm being aware of, the phenomenon of what feels like somebody sitting here, but there's still some kind of an identification going on with it. So I don't know if the awareness keeps looking at that, if that'll start to melt that a little bit.
What happens? See, at some point, there has to be a complete and absolute letting go. Letting go of ideas, letting go of this, even letting go of the idea that it still seems to be a self that's here, or I'm aware of something here, or all of that's got to be let go of, all of it.
Good.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, including the body, including the mind, there needs to be the recognition, and you'll see it, that you are even prior to the senses. You're prior to the seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. Good. Now, when that's recognized, when there's an absolute recognition of that, okay, there is absolutely nowhere else to go and nothing to do other than, and this is, I have to use dualistic language, so forgive me here. All that is left to do now is to become one with the consciousness.
Good.
And only that. So
you're cleaning the altar. That's good.
Yeah. So you're no longer interested in being conscious of. Now what you're interested is consciousness. And you just simply sit with that. Now, here's the trick. You need to be able to sit with that and want for nothing and expect nothing.
You know what, Terrence, where you're taking me is this memory of, this happens a lot, where I'll ask myself, how do I feel? And it's not about looking at the body and the mind. It's about looking at this non-dual reality that's all around, and for me to start getting curious about what I really am, and let it teach me what it is.
Good. So to be top of the class student, all you've got to do is sit still. And do nothing. And want for nothing and expect nothing. So what I'm actually asking you to do, and I'm asking you to do it from direct experience as opposed to thinking your way there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So the direct experience is right here, right now. You are conscious.
Yeah.
And what I'm asking you to do is simply stay with that.
Can we pause it? Because when you said that, I realized it's like embracing even the feeling of, oh, I'm not quite there. It's still there. It's still part of that totality of the consciousness,
For
just as I
sure.
am.
I
Yeah.
understand. I understand.
Yeah.
Now, let go of that.
Okay. Yeah.
If we look at it, yeah, if we really look at it, yeah, if you really honestly look at it, what can you say about consciousness?
Can't say. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah.
It's the. I don't know. It's a bad metaphor, I'm sure, but it's like the broth in the soup. It's permeated everything, all the objects, everything. You can't really, but unlike that metaphor, which is a bad one, it can't be. It can't be grasped. It can't be. It's just the totality of it all.
You can't grasp it, you can't see it, you can't burn it, you can't cut it. It doesn't have an edge, it doesn't have a boundary, and it does not have a location.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're keeping
so
me there. Mm-hmm.
that's good. Yeah. So that's this. I'm going to call that the center point, just for the
Mm-hmm.
sake of this exercise. We're going to call that the center point. Yeah. Now, off to the left is mind and body. Off to the left. Okay.
Okay.
Now, off to the right is that is prior to consciousness.
Mm.
How would we get to prior to consciousness? By sitting as consciousness.
By what?
There's no other. By sitting
Oh.
as consciousness.
Okay. Gotcha.
There's no other way. The only other way would be to engage the mind, to try and work out a way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes what I say is it's a pointer, but even the instruction, I will admit, sounds dualistic. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
as human beings, we live in a state of being conscious of a myriad of things all day long.
Yeah.
Conscious of thoughts, a feeling in the body, a little ache in the body, people, the sun, the moon, the stars, the sky, sounds. We're just conscious of a myriad of things all day long. Now, what I'm attempting to get you to do, even that sounds funny, but what I'm attempting to get you to do, and here comes the dualistic instruction, yeah, is to be aware of consciousness only.
I like that where you said it was dualistic language, because
Yeah,
that feeling of a me doing anything felt like. Uh, I'm glad you said that, because then it released that feeling of
yeah,
somebody doing it. Okay, good.
yeah. So you're conscious right now. So there's this consciousness, and there's mind.
When you said I'm conscious right now,
Yeah,
the at first I said no, I'm not. But then again, there's this shift of embracing the totality of this moment, even the feeling that I'm not in it was
yeah.
that was still held within it. So
Good.
that was
So good.
okay.
So what you're embracing
Mm-hmm.
is the nothingness. What you're embracing is the stillness.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what you're embracing. Anything other than the nothingness
yeah.
or the stillness will be mind.
Mm-hmm.
Anything other than just this stillness will be mind.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. Okay. So,
And then the stillness holds the mind, right? I mean, it doesn't even judge the mind,
well,
does it?
the consciousness certainly doesn't judge the mind, but without the consciousness, there'd be no mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right? So we let
yeah.
go. Good. Okay, good. So here's the three steps, yeah? So first step, let go of mind, body. Sit here as in this pure state of just consciousness, being conscious, and only that, yeah? And just
Mm-hmm.
stay there, want for nothing, expect nothing at all, right? So you're not residing here as this consciousness for a reason, to get something or to arrive somewhere or to achieve
Yeah,
something. None of that. That's all mind. Okay.
yeah.
So it's
Good,
just
good.
sitting here.
Yeah,
Good. So it's just sitting here in the
yeah.
consciousness, wanting for nothing, expecting nothing, and experience the stillness and the nothingness of it.
Mm. Yeah.
Now, if you can sit there long enough, just sit there long enough, there's another realization that occurs. And the second realization is, even this beingness,
Mm-hmm.
even this consciousness comes and goes.
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, in awareness, it does for sure.
Just even when you go to sleep,
Yeah.
it comes and goes.
Oh, so you're speaking of the okay. I have to get my words clear because I was
Okay.
thinking of consciousness
Yes.
as that field of the non-dual field itself.
I no. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. I'm not talking about that at this stage. The
Okay.
non good. The non-dual field. Just nothing you can say about it. I mean,
Yeah.
you could say a whole lot about it, and it would all be wrong.
Yeah.
It would all be wrong, yeah, because we'd be using dualistic language to attempt to describe or talk about something that's non-dual. That's
Yeah.
impossible, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
we'd be using the wrong instruments. So so the way through, sometimes the consciousness
Uh-huh.
is that's the doorway. It's the consciousness that initially recognizes the duality. It recognizes the duality of mind.
Mm.
Okay.
So consciousness, and so this is kind of new for me. This, putting consciousness in this definition is kind of new and interesting.
Hmm.
So the consciousness is kind of an awareness that's integrated into the imaginary picture of oneself.
Correct.
That's
It takes
making efforts.
it takes both. It takes the consciousness
Mm-hmm.
and the mind.
Okay.
Good. And it's the consciousness that's conscious of the mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the consciousness goes through the filter of the mind and creates all that out there and in here and in the body and a body and so on and so forth.
So what, Terrence? What is the shift then from the consciousness into the non-dual field? What is
Good, good,
consciousness?
good. And that's a great question. And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Good question. That's the right question. But that's
that's what we've
exactly,
been doing.
yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is, yeah, a lot of people believe, and they're wrong, and I was wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
a lot of people believe that, oh, I've arrived, I'm conscious, I'm being, and this is it, and I know I'm not the mind, and I know I'm not the body.
Right.
Okay, that's still not it, because if you can just sit in this consciousness, want for nothing, expect nothing, sit in the silence, sit in the stillness,
Mm-hmm.
something else is revealed, but it's not revealed through mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Boy,
Yeah.
that's that changeless.
Yeah. So there's the first recognition that occurs is the consciousness and the beingness comes and goes.
Okay.
That's the first recognition. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that just dawns as a result of sitting still, doing nothing, just sitting still. It dawns. That realization dawns. Yeah? When that dawns, at the same time that dawns, there's also an understanding that arises that I am prior to the beingness and the consciousness.
Okay.
That also
Oh yeah.
dawns.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It just dawns. It's not. It doesn't go
Mm-hmm.
through the mind. It doesn't go through the mind. It's another form. It's another like another
You
form of
could call it.
intelligence that comes through. That there's a knowing that just
Mm-hmm.
occurs. Yeah?
You can call it grace. I call it grace when that happens.
You could. Yeah. Now, in that, just for the sake of the exercise, we're going to go mind, body, consciousness, and the non-dual we're going to call awareness. Just for the sake of this, okay? Just remember, these are all pointers. They're all words, so none of it's true. So don't grasp too tightly on what it is I'm saying. I'm trying to point to something here.
Oh, you're
Now,
doing good. You're doing a
good,
really good job.
good. Now, this awareness, which often gets called non-dual, yeah,
Yeah.
the awareness itself, all that is happening there is aware. Now, the mind can't grasp this, so appreciate that, right? But all that is happening there is awareness only that is not aware of anything.
What? Say that again.
Okay. The awareness, the non-dual, okay, that position, yeah,
Okay.
that awareness is not aware of anything. It's just pure and absolute awareness where there's no duality occurring in it. That's why it's called non-dual. So in that non-dual, there couldn't possibly be an awareness of, because that would be dual.
Okay. I understand what you're pointing to there, but the awareness though still. I mean, this is where I'm going in this moment. The awareness is still permeating, like it senses the room, it senses the
No,
tree outside, the plants.
no. That's the consciousness. That's the consciousness. It is not the awareness. The awareness is non-dual. There is nothing else.
Can I ask you a question? Then, so in your experience right now, can you describe in your experience right now what's going on in that perspective for you?
Yeah. So there's the truth. There's the understanding of what I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't usually say that, but there's an absolute understanding of what I am. Yeah. And this what I am, which is non-dual, uses consciousness
Mm-hmm.
and the mind to then have this seeming experience as a person in this apparent world.
Yeah. So you feel a little bit like you're a little bit outside of space-time in a way.
Yeah, I am. Uh, yeah,
Non-identified.
it's like I'm in the world, but I'm not of it.
Okay.
I'm
So
not
that
of
was
it.
that was kind of the awareness that I was speaking to is that feeling where you're feeling the Terrence body there,
Yeah, but
but you
that's
know you're not it.
yeah,
Okay.
there's the consciousness gives rise to the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Consciousness gives rise to apparent person and apparent other persons and buildings and the sun, the moon, the stars, the sky. The consciousness is what gives rise to that. And you know it from your own direct experience, because when you analyze it, when you look at it, you constantly live in a state of being conscious of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, if you remove the consciousness altogether, just remove the consciousness, what is there to be conscious of? What happens to the duality when you remove the consciousness? There's nothing. Do you understand? There'd be nothing. Do you understand? There'd be nothing.
Yeah.
So the consciousness is that is responsible for the dualistic experience along with mind.
Yeah.
That's both. Yeah, both arise. Yeah. Now,
You know that.
if
Oh.
yeah, go.
You're mentioning the world rising out of consciousness is a beautiful and powerful idea.
Mm.
And I just want to mention this just in case there's some viewers that might watch this at some point.
Mm.
That I've had multiple experiences where the awareness lifts out of body and moves into this vast mind, and the mind is holographically or energetically projecting the whole scene within itself.
Yeah.
So that's going on right now for us.
Yeah. There's one mind.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful.
Not 8 billion. Yeah, there's one mind. One.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have to ask ourselves the question, right? When you've looked at this long enough, if I'm not the thinker, if thoughts are just happening, who
Mm-hmm.
the hell's thinking them, or
Great.
what's thinking them? You know,
Yeah.
when it dawns on you that thoughts are just happening, yeah, when you fully realize that, you also know that that's happening for every other human being on the planet. Then the question arises: what kind of vast, great mind, singular mind,
Yeah.
can
Very
do
good.
that? Can do that? The 8 billion people, all the thoughts. Yeah? And then there's a seeming experience that is
Mm-hmm.
then had by the one, yeah, that projects the many.
Wow. I started to feel that we were connected right now in that
Yeah, yeah,
mind.
yeah. So there's one mind which is responsible for all thoughts, not just
Yeah.
my thoughts, all thoughts. There's one mind that's responsible for all of that. Yeah? And there's consciousness. And there's only one consciousness. There's one mind, and there's one, not 8 billion individual consciousnesses. It's one consciousness. One.
Oh, gotcha.
Got it?
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then there's one non-dual, actual, true nature, true self. There's that. All of them are one. Now,
Mm-hmm. Can
the,
I ask you a question?
yeah.
Hopefully, it doesn't get too metaphysical or too intellectual. But
That's okay. We'll
where
see.
where does the individuated soul fit into this?
There's no
Or
such
should we
thing.
just?
There's no
Hmm?
such thing. There's no such thing. There you go.
Hmm.
That's a mind construct. There's no individual soul. There's one soul reflecting through all of those bodies, like a prism. When you get a light shining through a prism, do you
Do,
understand?
do you mind if I take an opportunity here to
Yeah,
bring this up just so I can see your perspective on it?
sure.
But one day I was I was in this house. The lady was gone. She was down in Texas. I was in Santa Fe, and then um, I felt I saw something. There was this experience of this beingness in the room that was it was individuated, but it was so holy and so divine and lucid and conscious and loving. But it was an individuated kind, and I got in to hold space for it. Next thing I knew, my body was down on its knees, just holding space for that its presence, and and uh, so, and I knew that it was connected to this particular individuated person, is what it seemed like to me. And it's the equation I came up with was, it was like imagining the most holy Mother Mary I could imagine and multiply it about 10,000 times. But it was an individuated, and sometimes I've seen angels and spirits, and they seem individuated. So, how does that whole realm go?
Powerful thing, consciousness and the mind.
Okay, go ahead.
I just did. A powerful thing, consciousness and the mind. What it seemingly creates.
Oh, so that was my dream that I was creating.
Of course. Yeah.
That's true. It is our dream. I mean,
it is.
The one dreamer.
Yeah. So,
okay.
As much as you and I could sit here and talk about this and, cross-reference and compare and so on, at the end of the day, the doorway is to just sit still.
I like that.
Yeah, because
that's it.
Yeah, because you still want to know. There's still a wanting to know, and I understand that. That's not abnormal. That's normal, right? But there's still a wanting to know.
So then the key then is to take that longing to know and realize it's here, right?
Well, take that longing to know. It's worse than that. Take that longing to know and let go. Let go of the wanting to know, because the only place you are, and I call it the doorway, is here. Consciousness. Become one with that. Become one with just one with the consciousness. There's nothing else. There's nothing else other than this consciousness. Now,
that's good.
Yeah. Now, if we have difficulty doing that, it's because the consciousness then reverts to being conscious of. And when it reverts to being conscious of, it now starts focusing on the mind. And it's the mind that's asking all the questions. It's the mind that wants to know. It's the mind that creates the little personal character. It's the mind that's creating all of that along with consciousness, all of that out there. What's a tree without the label tree? What is it? What is it? You remove the label tree, you remove the label wood, you remove the label trunk, leaves, branches, you remove all the labels that we associate with a tree. If you remove just the labels, now what is it?
Yeah, that was beautiful. When you're talking about this consciousness or this beingness, it just kept coming back to embracing the illusion of being somebody here. Just allow that. It's part of that field. Just allow that.
You can, yes, allow it, but your interest and your only interest should be the consciousness.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I'm saying, let go. Let go of, oh yeah, it's okay for the body to be there. It's all a part of it anyway. That's still all mind. Do you understand? See, if you're just sitting here in this consciousness as consciousness, just that and that alone, mind stops.
It does. Mine can kind of keep going, but I'm not identified.
That's okay. And that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. But that's true. That's true. That can also happen. Yeah. But your interest comes back to just this.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Knowing that anything else will be the mind or the world or myself or whatever, being filtered through the mind. So consciousness gets filtered through the mind, yeah, and then everything becomes what mind says it is. Mind doesn't know anything. It doesn't
Ter-
know anything. Like that.
Terrence,
Yes.
Terrence, you got a good heart, brother.
Ah.
Man.
So have you, actually. Takes one to know it. So have you. So have you. Thank you. Thank you.
I
So
appreciate you so much.
it's okay. So you're in a wonderful place. Okay, just from this conversation, yeah, you're in a wonderful place. Okay, just take the final little step.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is stop even trying to express what this is. Stop it. Let
You
go.
know,
Like
I haven't.
completely let go and just be
Okay.
completely absorbed as consciousness, completely absorbed.
Hmm.
It's kind of, again, this is a dualistic instruction, but we live in a state of being conscious of out that way, or even
Yep.
to thoughts, or to the body, or right. Yep. So it's always out or at. Yeah. The mistake that we've made, which you've recognized now is a mistake. We've assumed
Yeah.
that this that is conscious is the personal character. It ain't, because it's the
Yeah.
consciousness that's aware of the personal character being created by thoughts. Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's so beautiful to just watch
yeah.
how this
Yeah.
imaginary self is being created by second
Yes.
with body sensations and
Yes.
moods and thoughts.
Thoughts. Yes.
You know, well,
Yeah.
I have a story to tell real quick.
Yeah.
It was a friend of our person had a nervous breakdown, and I had a teacher at the time, and we were all celebrating months later when it seemed like she was out of her depression, her nervous breakdown, and we were all like in a very good mood. And then the teacher walked in, and he looked at us, and his face got real serious. He said it's too bad. She held on to something.
Mm.
And I thought, wow, that's a lesson right there.
Yeah. That's the primary lesson. That's why my mantra is let go. Let
Yeah,
go. Let go. Yeah. Don't hold on. Let go.
yeah,
It's, even, what we're doing, it's wonderful to be able to communicate, and I love communicating. Yeah. But
yeah.
for you, in the final, not the final step, but the next step is for you to just become one as conscious. I mean, it's ridiculous to say become one as consciousness, but what I'm doing is, as I was sort of saying a moment ago, we're always conscious of out that way. To thoughts, to the body, to the sun, the moon, the stars, the sky, right? We're always conscious that way. And what I'm actually asking you to do is, instead of going that way, this way.
Hmm.
And that's all.
Okay.
And just now, here's the beautiful part of what it is that I'm asking you to do. That's all you have to do. Everything else just happens.
I'm not sure. I have the feeling like when I'm feeling a kind of, again, this kind of warm totality. There's a feeling of a warm totality that's just
Good,
and
good. But just there, my beautiful friend. Yeah. Let go of that. Let go. Let go, and just come back to this nothingness, this stillness. There's a still place here that's not commenting on anything.
I like that. When you said nothingness, it kind of, the world melted a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just there's something beneath this that's like nothingness.
Yeah. 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 And the way that you could describe that nothingness as such is it's still and quiet.
Good.
You might still hear a motorbike go by, or a bird go by as it cheeps past your window. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about inward. just still. Now, when you have stopped identifying with the body and you have stopped identifying with the mind, there's nowhere else to go.
Mm-hmm.
Still. Because
Good.
if you're not identifying with the mind, in other words, if the consciousness isn't focused on the mind goes quiet. The less you are conscious of the mind, the quieter it gets.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
understand? The less you are conscious of the body dissolves.
You know, I think, Terrence, I've gotten a little identified in the dream, the spiritual dream. That can be real metaphysical. I mean, it can be out of body. It can be
all that
permeating.
Yep, all of that.
Yeah.
All of that, and it's all of that I'm asking you to let go of. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Cool.
okay, but you know, where you're heading, you can't take duality with you, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So you can't take any ideas or any feelings or, oh, it's this or it's sparse or it's this or, no, it's none of that.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to call it a spiritual dream.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. A lot of people get on the non-dual path, and it's like a new me gets created. Now I'm a non-dualist, or now I'm a spiritualist, or whatever the case. And now I'm having all these experiences, blah blah blah, and obviously I'm improving. You know,
I've been there.
It's still all the same dream. It's just a different dream, but it's still the same dream. So what I'm pointing at here is that the doorway is the stillness and simply becoming one as consciousness. And
Beautiful.
there's no wanting.
Wow. You're taking me to a deep, I mean, a door feels like it's starting to open up into almost like, I want to say this, it might be way off, like into the mind of God or something. I mean, it's just, it's a different world.
It's even before that.
Okay.
It's even before that. I mean, that's a nice way of putting it, but it's even before that.
Okay.
Like let go of that too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you see Buddha on the path, kill him.
Yeah. Kind of let go, and just come back. Look, this direct experience right here. You're conscious.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough. That's the doorway. That's the doorway. And all you got to do is sit here as consciousness, want for nothing, do nothing, and expect nothing, and the rest happens.
Beautiful. It opens the doors. Yeah. So if we need
just by being.
Yeah, and if we need deeper insights, they will come.
Yeah. Well, the like I said, the first insight that dawns on you is even this beingness, even this consciousness comes and goes. That'll be the first one. Yeah. But there'll be the recognition of that from direct experience, not from the mind going, oh yeah, it comes. No, just from direct experience. So that'll be, oh yeah. Then what follows immediately from that is that I am prior to the consciousness and even the being. I'm prior to that. That dawns on you, yeah? And then there's just then you kind of slip from consciousness. Boom. It's like a slip. Don't even have to do anything. It just happens because there's no doer anywhere here. Yeah. And then
thank you, Terrence.
That's okay. Then there's just this beautiful awareness. You know.
Good.
It gets called bliss, but it gets called bliss because there's no duality in it.